Okay, it's just about. Oh, sorry. It's just about 2, so let's get started. Hey, everybody. My name is Julius. I'm the streaming coordinator for the Game Development Club at San Jose State, and this week we're going to be playing Monster Prom. So let's go ahead and get that all set up. Yes, I am downloading Elden Ring.
Get started. Hey, everybody. My name's
Hopefully,
Julius.
everything is going to go smoothly today in terms of audio, unlike last time.
Club at San Jose State, and this
Monster
week
Prom.
We're going to be playing Monster Prom. So let's go ahead and get that all set up.
Alright.
Yes, I don't want to
Excuse me. I'm also eating my lunch right now. So yeah. Let's go ahead and start Monster Prom. Play. We'll do a 1-player game. We'll be doing 2 60-minute games because each game takes about 1 hour. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of our lives. Back then we were young and unafraid, sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Okay, my favorite character is the zombie. You know what, I'm just gonna name him Frank. Like Frankenstein. Frank? I like that. Frank.
Okay.
Frank. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks were left. As we all... Oh, sorry, 1 second. Gonna make a little bit of space. Okay, that should be good. 6 weeks were left, and we all fantasized about our prom dates, we were scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was Okay. Damien LeVay, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love for life. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly large huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, 4XX, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was actually a truly lovable dork.
Yay!
And then Polygeist, which I love that name, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom dates, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I said already, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Just had to make sure of something. I love this. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. Oh, here, let me fix the camera a little bit. Should be better? Okay, all minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more. We're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Okay. We'll throw you a bunch... Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, trademark. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you to turn your answer into character stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that best reflect your true selves. Let's start. Okay. You'll have to excuse me, I'm eating lunch too. Democracy is just broken. What would be the best way of choosing the new leaders of our modern society? You put all the candidates in an empty room with a wild grizzly bear. Whoever kills the bear should be our president. If everyone dies, then it's obvious I love that answer. Whoever can play the most heartbreaking violin solo wins. We create a reality show called America's Next Top President, where the candidates compete in all kinds of physical and mental challenges. Voter turnout would increase and we would turn a profit on it. I'm gonna go with the bear. That's my favorite one. A radioactive possum just bit you. What superpower did you get? The superpower of always choosing the right combination of emojis to get the desired reaction from all people, seducing my loved ones, burning my enemies, settling any argument, and even conveying complex emotional thoughts. Interesting. Probably rabies. I'd go to the hospital immediately. That's just funny. The incredible power of writing fanfiction, so compelling that actual creators of the TV show decide to go with my ideas and crazy ships. I'm gonna go with the rabies. That was just funny. What would be the most appealing in a love partner? A big horn, a taste for party, soft fur, kawaii eyes, a very tsundere personality, and sharp wit. I think I'm gonna go for sharp wit. Okay, I got Damien. I got the, what's his name? Leon? Is that his name?
Sure.
Okay, so in each day, we can go to one of, I think, like 6 or something? 6 places where we increase our stats. So we can go to the auditorium, we can go to class, we can go to the library, we can go outdoors, we can go to the gym, over here, we can go to the bathrooms. I think I'm gonna go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense of the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at high school. You gain +2 smarts. You notice Liam and Damien talking to each other. Maybe you're a little jealous, so you decide to join them. Ugh, I know, right? The entire concept of slaying is barbaric, racially motivated, and deeply rooted in abhorrent colonial mindset. And their outfits, black on red, it's like bad cosplay as a fashion statement. I'm just pissed that they get such a cool name. You know, if I ever murder a dude, I'm just a killer, but if one of the murders is one of us, they're a slayer. Slayer is a metal band. The Killer is just is just post-pop baby shit. There was a time when I would have hotly debated the genre classification of the Killers with you, but they're popular now and so are obviously garbage. And the same goes for the Slayers. For Slayers, someone really ought to put an end to this archaic practice. You mean by murdering all the Slayers? We tried that, Damien. We've been at that for literally centuries. Now, what we need is a new initiative, something fresh, something modern, something like Liam seems to be drawing a blank, but you're not. Your idea is simple yet effective. So we pick one of these two, and it increases our likelihood of, it increases our relationship with one of them. So, murder all the Slayers is a very Damien thing to say. I think a massive campaign PR letting people know that every cool person in history was either a vampire or a demon is I think it's Leon? That's the vampire dude's thing. I knew it! You had me at massive PR campaign. Then you lost me at cool person, but then you got me back with history. I can't wait to educate the ignorant public. For example, did you know that Caligula and Jack the Ripper? Wait. Those are so far away from each other, but okay. We're the same vampire. Yeah, everyone knows that. But do you know Virginia Woolf was a demon? Ah, yes, A Room of One's Own was originally titled A Doom of One's Own. Oh, we've got so much research to do. Come on, Damien, let's go to the library. Fuck! You've doomed Damien to his own personal hell, but Liam's on cloud 9. I get +2 smarts and +1 charm, so now I'm at 12 smarts. Noon.
Sure.
So, here we can talk to the various people in the game. I could stick with the vampire dude, or I could talk to anyone else I wanted to. I think these two are both merchants, so you could buy stuff off them. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and talk to, I'm gonna talk to Liam. You find Damien brandishing his usual silverware, a hammer and a chisel. Interesting. While Liam looks on in horror. You can't eat that. Watch me. First of all, it's made of one seamless piece of obsidian. so it's low calorie. And second, it's a lich's phylactery. Part of this balanced breakfast. It's lunch. You're just jealous. No, I'm nervous. Nervous that you're gonna eat that, get possessed by a lich and kill us all. Well, I'm nervous that that's not gonna happen. Looks like these two are at an impasse. Maybe you can solve the dispute and score some romantic cred at the same time. Ooh, okay. Damien, don't eat it. You have room for all these baby seals. Oh no. Liam's right, Damien. You should make him eat it. I'm gonna go for Damien, don't eat it. Baby seals? Give them to me. I can already taste the cruelty. Frank, you scoundrel. How can you substitute wanton irresponsibility for animal cruelty? You quietly explain to Liam that the baby seals you're feeding to Damien aren't really baby seals. Hey, they're just seal-shaped beanie babies stuffed with tofu and pig's blood. Good thing you always keep a sack of baby seal decoys in case of a killer whale attack. I applaud your craftiness and your high reward for animal life. Let's go return this phylactery to Larry the Lich's crypt together. It ends up being the third most romantic night you've ever spent in a crypt. Score!
Sure.
Let's go to the auditorium. I love that costume. That day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You get +2 creativity. Against the unexpected, you spot Scott and Liam engaged in an intense conversation. They seem so into it that they can't resist the urge to ask. That you can't resist to ask the urge what's going on. We're discussing the recent novel, Two Lights. It isn't a novel, it's a rad movie with lots of dudes and amazing abs. Well, it's actually based on a novel, and it's anything but rad, it's cultural trash.
How ironic.
But then I decided to like it ironically. The thing is, there's a human girl with 2 guys who like her, but the guys are part of 2 enemy races. The wild shirtless humans and the mysterious deep look giving humans. And it seems like these type of humans can't stand each other. Oh, and the deep look giving humans shine in the sunlight. You know that's actually a lesser known trait of some humans. The thing is, the next movie will be released soon and we're super hyped. Ironically. We can't wait, bro. We need to satiate our hunger for 2 lights. This is your opportunity to show that you're well versed when it comes to satisfying urges. Go for it. Okay, let's see. The first one is the most Scott answer I have ever heard in my life. Let's cosplay, let's go shirtless. Or, we should write a nuanced play based on it. Totally not fanfic. I'm gonna go with that one. Oh, I see it. A nuanced pastiche involving the characters of 2 lights. Time to bring my food a little closer to me. Throwing a new light over their fears and desires. And over their abs. Yeah, sure. With an unexpected twist that will elevate the strengths of the original oeuvre. Something subtle yet powerful. Something like the rival humans ditching their girl and fucking each other's brains out. Yeah, I like that. It's artistic. Because of reasons. Touchdown! And if they're nude, that means more muscles and stuff. I like that. Sure, sounds a lot like high art form and nothing like fanfic. You're some kind of promoter of the arts. You gain +2 creativity and +1 smarts. Hey, nice. Morning of week 2.
Sure.
I think I'm gonna go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmarish dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It was a rad party. You gain +2 fun. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on momentgram filters. What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making pictures better, they're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for most of my for almost all my photos. Infinite taupe? No, I think it's taupe. I'm not sure. It's also probably why I have only 6 momentgram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. Any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, that situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Well, yes, of course you're part of my operation. I willingly force people into my service all the time. Oh, do you want to know why it's called population? You want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular again? Well, he's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure he's had to have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more momentgram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? Okay. Use his account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes. Or pay $1 million to homeless people to follow Liam on momentgram. Both are really... I think if I was gonna pick, I'd say pay a million homeless people. Oh yes, solving problem with money is my family's specialty. Unfortunately, father canceled my royal credit cards after I had all those land ponies shipped to our underwater castle and they... Okay. But I'm sure you have enough money to accomplish this feat. You totally don't. You just had to cut costs by hiring goats instead of people. But goats don't have thumbs or smartphones. So instead of having them follow Liam on momentgram, you just follow them and you just have them follow him in real life. Ah, where'd all these goats come from? Get them away from me. They ate my cashmere phone cozy. This is madness. Exit Liam, pursued by goats. This is a terrible idea. And goats are still pretty expensive. You lose 2 creativity, ooh, and 1 money, ow.
Sure.
The table you chose is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who is flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other. Seriously, Miranda, you have servants to chew your food for you? What? Of course not. That would be barbaric. The servant happily swallows the Salisbury steak. Excuse me. Sorry, I have my lunch right here too. I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have any? First of all, no, I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving? Why would I be? My serfs get all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy. Ugh, I have no objective reason to care for this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convince Miranda to stop this madness. Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could take pictures of without having to eat any of it. But Miranda, look at the contented smile on the servant's face. You think he's eating for you, but secretly he's eating for himself. Ah, that's a Liam answer. No, it can't be. Gordo, say it isn't true. But Gordo can't say anything because his mouth is full of delicious Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak, which he is obviously eating for his own benefit. Traitorous dog, do you want me to starve to death? Is that your plan? I think maybe you just take advantage of the fact that you don't understand how food works. Taking advantage of me? Scoundrel! Okay. Burpee, eat Gordo for me at once! The 2 serfs look at each other, and then stuff as much food as they can to their mouths before fleeing the cafeteria. Alas, how will I get my recommended daily allowance of nutrients now? You could try eating? Myself? But how? You and Liam have a ton of fun laughing at how Miranda learns to eat food for apparently the first time in her life.
Sure.
I'm gonna go to the bathrooms. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. The most Liam thing. I guess some people just wanted to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 shits but +2 boldness. I like it. You're admiring yourself in the mirror when Principal Giant Spider strolls in. Moments later, Polly and Liam are entering a panic. Did you just see the principal come in here? No, we're done for. Unless, which cell did he go into? That one. That's where we hit all our Molly for our upcoming music festival. Okay, Liam, be cool. It's fine as long as he doesn't check the toilet tank for some reason. From the stall, you hear the principal say, "And now to check the toilet tank, as I always do before using the toilet." Curses! What's this? The princess says. The principal says. A plastic baggie full of small white pills. Could this be drugs? Principal Giant Spider bursts from the stall, clutching the bag in his dreadful fangs. Unacceptable! He chitters. Before you even had time to make a plan, you hear yourself saying, "Those aren't drugs, they're, Okay, I don't know which one would be the most Liam answer. Maybe an illusion created by the drugs you're on? No, that one might be caught. That one might not be good. Principal Giant Spider is delighted to learn of your deep love for spider kind. He utters a few guttural clicks and screams, and his entire family crawls out to his care. Oh, and all 10,000 of them. The walls, floor, ceiling, and are all writhing carpet of arachnids. This would be fascinating if it were happening to someone else. Well, I should not have taken all those drugs before I came here looking for my drugs. At the mention of drugs, Principal Giant Spider grows stern once more. So these were drugs after all, and you're not spider preservationists at all. Shame on all of you. As punishment, you are forced to raise 1,000 actual baby spiders to learn responsibility. You lose a good chunk of your sanity and also 2 smarts and 1 fun. Aww.
Sure.
Sorry, just 1 second, man. Okay. I think I'm gonna go gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You get +2 charm. I'll take it. You see Liam staring at his cell phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favorite bands signed on to a mainstream record label, or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check on him. You know Start Kicker, that vile website where people crowdfund projects not good enough to get real investors? Wow, thanks, Liam. Do you not know why you exist? Well, today I found something of interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible... Oh, whoops. Sorry. And it'll end in the same it'll be the way shittier than promised, like a toaster attached to a clock. A toaster attached to a clock? Genius! You discreetly write down the idea in your $1 million notebook. Let's see if you guys can beat those guys to the market. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help myself think, supposing I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go? Ooh. The first one seems like a very Liam answer, but the second one's also really good. I'm gonna go with the first one. Oh. Never mind. How can I be ahead of the game if there's no life on the planet to see how ahead of the game I am? What can I show? How can I show what a unique individual I am if I'm the only individual? How can I be a brooding loner if there's no one to see me brood? It's like the old adage, If a vampire is a trend setting in a desert, but there's no one there to see it, is there a trend even set? Ow. I lost smarts. Alright, let's go.
Sure.
We're gonna go back to Liam. When you arrive at the table, you find Polly and Liam aren't eating, but they're taking pictures of their food. Welcome to the don't need to eat, so we just take food pics zone, baby. We believe that food, like heavy construction machinery, should be seen and not tasted. Yeah, I mean, have you ever tasted heavy construction machinery? Have you? I don't know, maybe. My weekends are usually kind of a blur, like last Saturday. There will be plenty of time to chronicle your sexploits later, Polly. Right now, we need to focus on these food pics. While Liam and Polly were busy bantering, you were busily arranging a dope food pic of your own. And now, to complete your masterpiece... That's, Actually, this is a very Polly answer. I'm gonna go with this one. You level your phone at Liam as he's about to snap a food pic, but his vampire reflexes are too quick for you. Ha! Trying to outmeta the meta master, are you? We'll see about that. Liam levels his phone at Polly just as she's about to take a food pic. Now you're taking a food pic of a food pic of a food pic. Whoa, are you pointing our phones at each other right now? I want to play too. Suddenly, Polly's got her phone pointed at you. It's a food pic of 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 a... We've done it! We've created the meta triangle! The most meta shape in existence. This is our finest hour. The world around you dissolves into green columns of numbers and codes. You've done it. You can see the code. You are the one. Sorry, just 1 second, please. The programming of a video game you are in awards you by raising your relationship points with a character known as Liam. Let's go.
Sure.
Okay, let's go library. That day, you spent some time in the library's PC, sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound really nice. But who's the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? You lose -10 karma, which isn't a set in this game, so who cares? And +2 money. Ooh, dang. Later, you see Liam beaming to himself. Liam? Beaming? It appears that my application for Virtue magazine was received and accepted. I knew my pitch would work. Imagine the most irrelevant article subject you can think of. Now double it. That is my article subject. You see, I used to teach writing. I use a writing technique on them called lying. It's very effective. Up until they call your bluff. Now I've actually got to write an article and I have no idea what to write. You, save me from the consequences of my actions. Suggest an idea that lives up to my own hype. Okay. This is hard. A passionate argument for the legalization of recreational chimera toxins, which maybe might be him, or a chilling expose on the pasta industry's griffin traffic. I'm gonna go with the first one. Did you even read last month's Virtue? Kim Chem was legalized last month after every senator who opposed it mysteriously died of chimera poisoning. They sell Kim Chem powder at the gas stations now, right between the chewing gum and the baby fingers. What? The only way Kim Chem could be more mainstream is if they give it out in cafeteria lunches, which they are talking about doing. Big Pharma really, truly is insidious. Liam stalks off to ask literally anyone else for help, and it sounds like you've been paying way too much for Kim Chem. You lose -2 smarts and -1. Oof. Not doing so good here.
Sure.
Okay. So, where do we go now? We can go to the auditorium. Let's go class. That day, your teacher delivers an amazing and performative performance that blows all your minds. It ends up being a sensation on YouTube. Your teacher gains 10 plus plus 10 coolness, but who cares? He's not trying to romance your classmates, or is he? We hope not. Also, you gain 2 plus 2 smarts. Hooray! Later, you're sleeping peacefully until a noise wakes you up. The source of the noise seems to be Liam, whose face is the unliving embodiment of disgust itself. Oh boy, a test on vampire weakness. How original. Please list all known weaknesses of a vampire. Ugh. You know, it's pretty problematic that they teach everybody at school all the ways to kill one specific minority. I don't mind that though. As a brooding outcast, I'm already accustomed to the derision and harassment of my peers. What I do mind is how played out everybody's answers are going to be. Steaks, garlic, the sun. Ugh, Van Helsing called. He wants his cliches back. I've got a good answer though. It's pretty obscure, but you've probably never heard of it. But you can't even guess what it is. Ooh, a challenge. You give me your best guess. Global thermonuclear war is a good answer, but I'm gonna go with global thermonuclear war. Yes! I knew it! Global thermonuclear war, of course! The world's stockpile of nuclear weapons is a constant existential threat to all beings. One might say, in fact, that we are all weak against thermonuclear war. What a grand political statement. What a bold statement for to take on a 10-point high school Reddit assignment. I mean, yes, that was totally the weakness I had in mind. I definitely wasn't planning on writing very mean unicorns. What would I think of that? Liam's weak against very mean unicorns? Finally, a reason to oppose unicorn proliferation. You gain plus 2 charm and 1 smarts. Let's go! This game is great. I love it.
Sure.
Alright. Let's go see Liam. You find Polly and Liam not eating as usual. You know, because they're undead. You know, this food in the cafeteria really is atrocious. It's hardly even worthy of my moment, Graham. Ah, what? I don't even eat the food. See, this is exactly what I mean. We can do so much better than the subpar culinary abortions. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean the two of us should have a cook-off? What? No! Did you say something? I'm not listening because I'm so psyched about this cook-off. At no point did I agree to... I've got a huge advantage though because I've cooked so many drugs. Oh, you think you've got the advantage, huh? I've been alive for centuries of culinary history. It's on! The two of them dash into the kitchen, ignoring all rules of law school and common decency as they commence cooking. The 2 celebrity chef judges appear to critique the challengers. I think they're both I think they're both equally horrible, says the cruel British judge. I think they're both equally marvelous, says the overly nice British judge. Both judges turn to you. What do you think? Tiebreaker judge? Whose meal truly is the cat's pajamas? Okay, let's see. So the first one is Liam's because I think the glass jar of fresh human blood really goes well with the parsley sprinkled on top. Or Polly's because she literally just made a pair of pajamas for a cat. I'm gonna go with the first one. Ha! In your face, Wolfgang suck. That would be a better name for Scott. I'm not even a wolf. As a matter of fact, that would be a better name for you. Oh, what? Because I'm a vampire? Whoa, that would totally make sense. No, I just mean because you suck. Well, the sucker just wowed the judges with my blood tartare. Wait, what? Okay. It's raw, organic, free-range blood, unethically sourced from a local terrified human. Okay, that's good. And that parsley farm to table. Oh my god. Or rather, farm to blood. I knew that I threw in the blood. I like the color. Actually, it's well known that nobody knows what parsley tastes like. That's scarily accurate. And you probably never will, because you're certainly not drinking any of that concoction. You tell Liam his prize for winning the cook-off is eating lunch alone with you. Slurp, slurp. Alright. We got like 2 weeks left, I think.
Sure.
Frank. Let's go auditorium. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you can't help but feel that you're not as good as the role requires you to be. There doesn't seem to be any ordinary way of getting out of it, but there might be extraordinary way. You summon the devil, one of many, and make a deal to enhance your creativity just a bit. You gain +2 creativity. You also lose 3 years of your life at the end of the deal. But who cares? They weren't happening in game anyway. Liam stalks past you backstage, pretending to talk to himself, but clearly speaking for your benefit. Oh, the tangled tribulations of the committed iconoclast. The talent show is a fascist monument to misguided ego and public spectacle. The dignified thing would be to sit out of the event in protest. But that's why everyone expects me to do. Therefore, I must participate. The question is how. How do I forego my native artistic talent while simultaneously making plain my utter contempt for the event? Liam pauses monologue to give you the opportunity to interject. Any ideas? 13 minutes of judgmental staring, that's not a bad one, or a live mashup of Stravinsky's Rite of Spring and the theme song from the Ninja Turtles. I'm gonna go with the first one. Wow, really? Have you ever wondered why I always avoid prolonged eye contact? Of course you haven't. No one ever wonders anything around the mysterious outsider. I avoid eye contact, you see, because vampires are cursed with a hypnotic gaze. What was that voice? Anyone who holds my forlorn gaze too long becomes irrevocably infatuated with me. Just imagine the entire school falling in love with me just like that. Every shred of my carefully cultivated unpopularity gone in just 13 minutes. Liam gazed into your eyes for a minute, but not quite long enough. Oh, you don't understand. No one understands. That the best way to love me is to totally hate me. Oof. You leave Liam to write poetry about this or whatever, and you're clearly not helping. You lose 2 charm and 1 boldness. Ah, God, my stats are not good. Alright.
Sure.
Let's do this. Let's go library. Nope. Oh, you missed me in my shit, huh? No more. All this shit can be yours if you have the money. Not me, though. A bag of cocaine. What? Let's see. Cocaine, regular flavor, hype station. No. A Russian novel insight. Okay, this seems like the most. That's something I give to what's his name? To him.
Sure.
Okay. Liam and Polly aren't alone at the table. They're flanked by 2 beefy hobgoblins in school security uniforms. What? Do these 2 have bodyguards now? These aren't bodyguards. They're food guards. Principal Giant Spider, we weren't eating during lunch, so he assigned guards to us because he thinks we have an eating disorder. And we do have an eating disorder. It's called being dead. Except it's not an eating disorder. It's an identity and a lifestyle. Death style. Whatever. The point is, they won't let us leave until we've eaten our food, which will be never. And I have a meeting of the Smug Superiority Club to conduct next period. I can't be late. If you could just figure out a way around these food guards for us, I'd be super grateful, like in a sexy way. What? Well, you can't say no to that. Time to enact your fiendishly clever plan. Dump all of Liam's food onto Polly's plate. With all the artistic subtlety of performance artist Marina. Why did I say Marinera? Marina Abramovic. You pour Liam's food onto Polly's plate through her lap. No, this is literally the exact opposite of what I wanted. Good lord, what a tableau. The ghost bewildered by a mountain of unwanted food. This is perhaps my most daring food pick yet. You guys are really throwing me under the bus here, which isn't cool because being thrown under a bus is totally how I died. I don't know what you're talking about, Polly. I have clearly consumed all my food quite honestly and forthrightly. Lucky for you and Liam, the hobgoblins are total morons with no secondary theory of mind. They instantly believe Liam's ruse. Liam whisks you away to the afternoon meeting of the Smug Superiority Club, where you spend hours practicing your sneers and gazing to each other's eyes. That's pretty funny. Alright.
Sure.
Alright, Frank. Let's go to... Let's see, where do we want to go? Let's go... I'm gonna go library. That day you spent some time on the library's PCs mining some bitcoins. This is supposed to do something with solving algorithms, the rise of cryptocurrency. but you can guess that nobody has any fucking idea how it actually works. Accurate. Anyway, you gain 2 bitcoins, which is equal to $2 million, which unfortunately is equal to 2 monster dollars, so 2 money. I'll take it. In the middle of everything, a portal opens up and swallows Vera, Polly, and Liam. We dive in to rescue them and straight into the season finale of the Interdimensional Bachelor. Good lord. Help, I'm in danger of spraining my eyes from rolling them so hard. Oh my god, we're on a game show. Yes, indeed. Tonight, you three will answer a series of questions of trivia questions. Excuse me. Whoever gets the most points becomes I'm gonna win, I don't even care what the prize is. Your what? Your wife? What a revolting premise. So, you're saying we're supposed to respond to a series of question scenarios, our answers to which will make us more or less likely to achieve a romantic outcome with you? That's extremely problematic. I can't think of anyone who'd want to play such a tawdry dating game. Everybody stop raising reasonable concerns so I can hear the first question. That's the spirit. Question number 1. Describe your ideal marriage proposal. But before Polly can answer, you buzz in yourself. Now is your chance to give an answer that will end the conversation and send the prince packing. I present you with my grandmother's wedding ring, still attached to my naked grandma. Okay, that's funny. John and just beer pours out. I'm gonna go with I kind of want to go with the wedding ring, but I also kind of want to go with the John and just because I'm trying to get out. I'm gonna go with. I really like this one, but I feel like it's gonna get us kicked out. Oh, yes, it worked. I'm sorry, that's not the answer we were looking for. Does anyone else? Wait, what's wrong with that answer? That was a dope answer. Do you have something against grandmothers? Or, oh my god, do you have something against nakedness? Because my whole answer was just gonna be naked, naked, naked. Actually, from you, that would be an acceptable. Okay. Oh, so now there's a double standard. Nudity is okay for Polly, but not for grandmothers. Grandmothers have flesh too, or at least some of them do. The ones that aren't ghosts or shadow goblins. I can't believe we're on a game show hosted by a grandma-phobe. Grandmothers are the most retro immediate family members. We should all respect that. You know what? Fine. I'm sorry I abducted you all to star in my amazing game show. Go home. The image of your naked grandma has completely crushed my libido anyway. To everyone's relief, the prince sends you all home. The whole situation reminds you to call your grandmother. You don't tell her why. You gain +2 charm and creativity. +1 creativity. Let's go! Alright, week 6. Here it comes.
Sure.
Alright. Last day. Let's go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. Everything is fine until Juan the small magical Latino cat asks you what you're doing. Damn, you don't remember you suck at dancing, but you decide to go all in and pretend it's a new dance move. Apparently it's called the groovy musaka. Juan looks at you and he asks you to teach him the groovy musaka. In no time, half the party's following your steps, enjoying the groovy musaka together. It's a party to remember. You gain +2 fun and a cool story to tell your grandkids someday. The groovy musaka. You come to as if you'd been knocked out or drugged or something to the sound of welcome back to season 2 of the Interdimensional Bachelor. Today's competitors are last season's flaw in the cogs, Frank, and an army of sexy werewolves. What? Hooray! What's up, losers? For the last time, fuck bench, I'm not a werewolf. Perhaps not, but you have a fiery temperament, wolf-like drive, and killer abs, so it's close enough. Yeah, bro, one of us, one of us, one of us. I thought we were going to do a sports game. Sports game, sports game. We are, my dear army of sexy werewolves, and Frank. We are. In fact, it's time for the first round. Are you ready? For your first test of speed, strength, and skill on the Interdimensional Bachelor Season 2, it's time to ask which one of you incredible lichens can you sign your name on this legally binding document that, is in no way a marriage contract the fastest. You can see the werewolves' tails wagging in anticipation, ready to prove themselves the fastest, bestest athletes, and Damien is cracking his knuckles, not about to be outdone. If you don't step in, at least one or two of these people are going to end up married to the prince out of sheer hyper-competitiveness. Thinking quickly, you... Eat the contract. Fast as lightning, you sprint over to the table where the marriage contract sits and devour it. Oh dear, Frank, you know what this means, right? Of course, you destroy the contract, therefore find the prince's scheme. I am now legally married to your stomach and lower intestines. Oh my god. Frank's stomach and lower intestines are married to the interdimensional prince. Good luck finding a date to prom now. Alas, marriage to specific and limited internal organs was not what I had in mind for this, but I suppose better than the lonely bachelor life I've lived till now. Come, Frank, let me kiss your stomach. Fuck this shit was way too weird even for our fucked up misadventures. Before the newlywed prince can stop him, Damien punches a hole through the dimension, rips it open, and allows you and your classmates to escape. Unfortunately, everyone's gonna make fun of you to the end of time for having a married stomach, and you lose a lot of respect. In this case, that translates to -2 charm and 1 fun. Aww. Okay. It's noon.
Sure.
Where is he at? There he is. You find Liam taking pictures of his food, and Scott taking pictures of also Liam's food? Ha! Yes, Scott, snap away. My artistic plating is too magnificent to ignore. Artistic what? I'm playing Pokemon's Go, the mobile version of the hit Pocket Humans video game. Do you mean Pocket Mans? What do Pocket Mans have to do with my food pick? There's a level 43 Bernard Henson hanging out in the middle of your plate. Take a look. Scott, why does your phone show me a tiny human doing pottery on top of my eggplant ravioli? You mean you don't know Bernard Henson? He used to be a chartered accountant, but now he's decided to pursue his dream of being a world-famous potter. This major life change has made him super rare. Pocket humans almost never follow their dreams. Well, I don't care how rare he is. His presence is spoiling my pristine food pick. Spoiling it, but pocket humans are way cooler than a boring old food pick. You take that back! Uh-oh, temperature's starting a little high. Looks like it's up to you to settle this dispute. Scott's right, Liam. Why not take a normal cliched food pick when you could take a food pick of Scott capturing a Pokemon off your food pick? Or Scott, look, over there, there's a Stuart Hogarth on top of that pile of mashed potatoes. Stuart Hogarth? The strongest accountant-type Pokemon in the game? What does it mean to be a strong accountant? Is he, like, really good at math? No, he's just super buff. The buffest accountant. I gotta have him. Scott bounds across the cafeteria and practically dives into Gary Gremlin's mashed potatoes looking for a Pokemon to capture. Do you think he actually knows how to play Pokemon's Go? Or do you think he just likes diving into other people's food? The two of you debate this question while you help Liam line up the perfect food pick. Later, he lines up some very hot pics of you. Ooh! Alright, week 6. Last day.
Sure.
Bathroom. That day you visit the bathrooms to take a number 2. Don't worry, there won't be any illustration of that at the specific moment. Thing is, you make one of the boldest decisions in your life. You don't put paper on the toilet seat before using it. Look at you, you crazy bastard. You get 10, you get +2 boldness and probably +1 Staphylococcus with a slight chance of +1 STD. Oh god. You look over to your shoulder and realize Liam has been staring at you for probably the last 45 minutes. He's so silent. Hey, I was just wondering if you'd like to perhaps sit next to me in the large darkened room while silently passing judgment on a popular film. And afterwards we could adjourn, possibly to an eating establishment where I can take artistic photos of you, consume calories. Well, of course you would. You'd absolutely love to. Oh boy, are you two going on a date? What? No! What are you even doing here? Eavesdropping. But what do you mean it isn't a date? Aren't you asking Frank out to dinner and a movie? I am not asking out anyone, and it's not a date. Dating is a cheesy, cliched artifact of heteronormative monoculture. I hope I said that right. Well, if it's not a date, what is it? Damn, coach, if you can't convince Liam that this isn't a date, he may go out with you. He might not go out with you at all. You think fast and tell them. Ooh, fuck. It's not a date, it's a date. Wink. It's a performance art. Liam forgot to tell you that we'll be wearing duck costumes. Yes, there we go. Duck costumes. Duck costumes! Well, that changes everything. It does? Sure it does. I thought you two were planning a romantic evening, but you're really just trying to show people your school spirit. But the school's mascot isn't a duck. Well, of course not, but you know what they say. It's not the mascot that matters. It's the dressing up in a hot foam rubber costume. Your aphorisms truly are the best. Thank you. but I suppose dressing up as two giant ducks would subvert expectations to a delightful degree. It's settled. Later that night, you and Liam are kicked out of a movie theater for being giant ducks. Liam writes a scathing blog post about it. It's the best not date you ever had. You getting +2 fun and +1 smarts. Let's go! The Monster Prom draws near. Frank. Who am I asking to prom? I'm asking Liam. Yes!
Sure.
Alright. See it. You finally pluck up your courage and ask your beloved to go to Monster Prom with you. You and me? Psh, I'm not attracted to you in that way. Actually, I think I'm only attracted to you as a... I'm only attracted to you is through the tiny gravitational force that your body has as a solid mass. That's something, right? Oh no. Failing at Monster Prom broke the essential process of growing up in your life. You became fixated on it and never became a functional adult. Now you're just an old person that sits at parks and talks to strangers about the time you almost got dated at Monster Prom. It's as weird as sad as it looks. Aww. Man. Oh, that sucks. I thought I'd get him on a date. Well, those 6 weeks were maybe the most absurd and epic weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we all kept living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. You know what? Like it always does, life happened and it was wonderful. Liam and Scott co-wrote a cheesy fanfic of two lights that became unexpectedly popular to the point where it turned out to be a well-known novel of its own. Half the characters are shirtless for all the right reasons. Vera realized that she was a character in a video game, which infuriated her. She spent her life making connections and building power because she's not part of the game, she plays the game. So be careful, maybe she's the one pulling your strings. Damien found peace in the most unexpected way. He kept punching everything till one day he punched his own anger to death. He's written a book about it. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in the war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. And that's the game. I like it a lot, but we're gonna do one more playthrough because it's just fun. I'm gonna be right back. I'm just gonna wash my hands. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. Okay. So, you unlocked an erotic fanfic about dragons. This is about to get weird. You've unlocked 8 new images in the gallery. Nice. Well, let's play online. Let's play again. 1 player. Do a full game. Spooky high school, the sweetest years of your lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. I'm going Frank. And yet, we had to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates, Miranda Vanderbilt, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love for fire. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was a truly lovable dork.
Yay!
Polly Geist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, a mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. We've already gone through this part, so we're just going to skip it and just going to go right into it. If you had to have sex with an animal, what would it be? A swan. They're classy, plus it reminds me of the myth of Lila and the Swan. And so at least in bestiality standards, it has a certain chic appeal. My sister's godmother's named Lila. I just remembered that. No, her name is Lila, yeah. A great white shark. If I have to fuck an animal, let's at least make it a story worth telling. A human being because I'm the kind of douchebag who loves to find loopholes and stupid questions like this one. Oh god. I'd go with the great white shark. School is outdated and lame. We need a new school subject ASAP. How to correctly punch a crocodile without terrible consequences. Critical thought. I mean, damn, this country could you really use a subject like that in this school? Turning people into your puppets through emotional warfare and deception 101. I'm gonna go with how to punch a crocodile. You find a genie in a bottle. You can ask for whatever you want. What do you ask for? Him to not be so cliched. A genie in wishes so mainstream. Infinite confetti. Before asking for anything, you try to negotiate up to 3 standard wishes. His friendship. I don't ask for anything. I drink the genie from the bottle. I can grant my own wishes. A rainbow that you can eat. I'm gonna go with before asking for anything, you try to negotiate for 3 standard wishes. I got Vera! Good stuff. I got Vera.
Sure.
Okay, so. Oh, yeah, stats are kind of low. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at least at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. Let's go! Later, you come across Damien and Vera in the hallway, nonchalantly holding a locker shut with all their strength. The locker has a sign on it that says nothing to see here, and is screaming, "Shut the hell up, you!" Adorable, fluffy little Fluffy. You see, we're spending quality time with our new pet. Isn't that right, Damien? For somewhere within the locker, you hear, "My parents won't pay anything," before Damien kicks the door. Yeah, that's right. Adorable, quiet Fluffy, who's going to stay quiet if he knows what's good for him. You know, I really don't have a great track record with pets. I had some mice for half a day, but my hair ate all of them. It should be a shame if a new pet died before we receive the true joy of pet ownership. Yes, exactly, the sweet, sweet bank account filling, filthy rich making joy of pet ownership. Surely you have lots of knowledge about pet care. Why not share some of it? You know what pets love? Hardcore death metal all the time to drown out their noises. That's very Damien. If you love something, set it free. Just implant a tracking device first.
Oh,
Now there's a scheme I can get behind in front of and all over. If our beloved pet believes he has freedom, he'll stop struggling so much. Yeah, all good pet owners microchip them. And we don't keep close tabs and make sure he doesn't get hit by a car or impregnate the neighborhood pets. And we can knock him out first so he doesn't even know he's microchipped, and then it'll be smooth sailing right up until our pet is housebroken, or at least some kind of broken. I have so much confidence in this plan that I'm going to go ahead and order those blood diamond earrings. The suffering of the laborers must make them so much sparklier. Oh man. Shabazz would hate that line right there. Oh, the joy of knowing the crime truly does pay. You gain +2 boldness and 1 fun. Let's go! Alright, noon time.
Sure.
Okay, let's go talk to Vera. You arrive at Polly and Vera's table to find them eating. Wait, both of them? Oh, yum yum, I sure do love food and eating. Look at all this food go in me. Yes, the cafeteria sloppy joe has a truly subtle flavor profile. Finally, you notice the cause of this absurdity. A well-dressed businessman sitting at the next table, watching both women intently. Oh yeah, I know... Okay, weird. I know you like this. My eating is realistic and... Be cool, Polly. The man wants to pay us for eating in front of him, not screaming about eating. Is this not what eating is? I forget. While Vera tries to explain eating to Polly, the businessman shyly approaches you and gives a small bow. Much obliged, friend, she says in a soft voice. Are these two fine ladies your friends? I must confess that I have searched far and wide for a suitable candidate to fill my rather unusual fetish. Paying a student in high school to eat for monsters to eat food which I watch politely from a distance. But I find myself unable to choose which one of these two beauties to hire. The snake-headed one possesses a certain grace. Yeah, pay me, motherfucker. Pay me to do a thing I was gonna do anyway. But the translucent one has such passion. I don't even want the money. This is just fucking weird and I love it. In your opinion, which would be the wiser choice? I know Vera's all about money, so I'm gonna go with Vera. The businessman strokes his chin and nods. You have a point, he says. The ghosts don't have only one mouth, and also the food seems to go right through her. The Gorgon, meanwhile, has countless mouths. Such value. Value is right for about 1,000 in cash up front. You pay for all my meals and you give me your pants. What? Holy shit, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's getting... Vera is able to convince the businessman to pay for a fancy dinner for you and her. It's a little creepy with him watching the two of you, but you get over it. Okay, a bit weird, but alright. Alright. Evening.
Sure.
Let's go class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending high school is supposed to be the primary activity. You gain +2 smarts. Afterwards, you notice Scott huddled next to Vera. These two hardly ever hang out. You wonder what's up. Scott seems to be showing Vera some kind of sports diagram.
Oh, bro.
Excuse me. But we just keep losing football games over and over. Coach says we're just not sporting hard enough, and I'm sporting as hard as I can. I figured, since you're super smart and everything, maybe you could fix your entire team in 10 minutes. Well, obviously I can do that. I'm incredible. Listen, what you need is an oblique strategy, a new technique that your opponents won't expect, like poison darts, or a vicious campaign of psychological warfare, or now's your chance to impress them. Jump in with an idea that will show them how much you know about winning sports. What you guys need is blackmail material. One well-placed camera in the opposing team's locker room is all it takes, or is a player who really needs a truck. No one will be able. The first one. That's brilliant. It is? Yes, it is. Awesome. And what's more, I already have the infrastructure in place to accomplish this. Wait, infrastructure? What are you talking about? Nothing. I definitely haven't planted cameras in the men's locker room, and I'm definitely not selling them to compromising lockerroomnudes.com as a side business, that's for sure. Oh, that's good, because if you were to do that, that'd be super mean. Indeed. Looks like you solved the problem and stumbled into Vera's underground porn empire. Nice. You gain +2 smarts and +1 creativity. That's funny. Okay.
Sure.
Let's go auditorium. That day while rehearsing for the class play, it is though the muses have descended to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain +2 creativity. As soon as you walk down the hallway trying to beat a level of Bone Crush on your phone, you smack into Vera, who also engrossed in her phone. Sure, feel free to read over my shoulder. You wouldn't understand the charts anyways. Miranda's been mouthing off about being a princess again, and as if that's so amazing.
Pathetic.
She's a princess underwater. You know what's underwater? Sea slugs and fish shit. You know what's not underwater? The school. Why should birthright matter when there are so many other factors to determine a person's worth? Their beauty, their cruelty, their business sense, and using all these factors, I've divided the school into cools and uncools. Now I just need to find a way to reinforce the superiority of the cools over the uncools. Rotting squid should be thrown to the uncool kids to remind them how uncool they are. Well, that's pretty mean. Uncool students should have to carry cool students from class to class on chaises? I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh.
Yes, I knew it!
Bad.
It's true, the uncool students should really start taking responsibility for being the worst. And Miranda using fear-mongering tactics all the time, she wouldn't have a stranglehold on that, so to speak. And maybe I could throw squid at them and then sell a squid repellent. That way I can profit off their humiliation. By the end of the week, most students have at least a black eye, or 8, some students are spiders, from being bombarded with squid. Vera, meanwhile, has created a thriving startup based on the distribution of squid repellent. Turns out dead squid used as projectiles aren't really repelled by scent. But it also turns out that the student body at this school is really, really gullible. Vera gains money and status, and you gain +2 money as royalties and +1 smarts. Nice.
Sure.
Alright. As you approach the table, you see Vera delicately lifting a forkful of quinoa to her mouth. She brings lunch from home when... Food, fork, 6, 8. Why do we deliciate? Eating, yay, eating. Ugh, Scott, what on earth are you doing? I'm cheerleading you to help you be the best eater you can in the whole school. What causes obsession with cheerleading me through mundane activities that require no cheerleading? Everything requires cheerleading, silly. That's why we have cheerleaders for our cheerleaders. But I see my cheerleading's not working. You haven't eaten anything yet. That's because you keep startling me with your damn cheerleading. I can't eat when I'm startled. No, that can't be it. I must not be cheerleading hard enough. Hey, friend, maybe you can help me. You shouldn't be cheering for Vera to eat the food. You should be cheering for the food to be eaten by Vera in the walk-in freezer. That's good. The problem is obviously that we haven't dressed up as a giant salad. The first one. Oh, duh! It's like when we cheer for the other team to lose instead of cheering for our team to win. Yes, I invented that cheerleading strategy. It gives a huge psychological edge against teams that hate losing. I'm gonna try it right now. Those vegetables are gonna get so inspired. Scott runs off to the kitchen to inspire the vegetables. You can hear his muffled shouting from the back, but it's not that bad.
That has been
Thanks.
quite pleasing.
Now I can enjoy this quinoa and baby tear salad with unwanted encouragement. For the next week, all the cafeteria food seems extremely eager to get in your mouth. Cheerleading really works. Interesting. This game is amazingly written, seriously.
Sure.
Sure. Let's go, gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You get +2 charm. Nice! Later, you're wandering the halls when you hear a voice from around the corner.
Hi.
Hey, psst. I seem to have accidentally turned a bitch to stone with my gaze. Don't get me wrong, she totally deserved it. Her nose is obviously fake, plus that nail polish, abominable. But this isn't exactly the first time I've done this, and Principal Giant Spider said if I did it again I'd get detention. So now I need to dispose of yet another body, and I thought that since you're so attractive and kind and clever, you'd be willing to cover up the literal murder I've committed. No questions, right? Easy. We'll just dress her up in some stuff from the theater and set her up in the quad like she's a new art piece. That's good. Never you fear, my lovely murderess. Your good buddy, Mr. Hammer, will make short work of the evidence. You'll have to excuse me just for a second. I have to use the restroom and I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm back. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm back. Just had to use the restroom really quickly. Let's continue. All right. Okay. The statue one seems really good. I think I'm going with this one. I love it. A plan so stupid no one will ever think it's as brilliant as someone as brilliant as me could come up with it. And the benefits: I get away with murder, literally, and my family gets the credit for the donation. I don't have to haul anything because he'll do it all for me. And from now on, anytime anybody even thinks of crossing me, I can just point to the statue and frown and shake my head, and they'll know. Well, what are you standing here for? Get that skank a costume and make sure it includes those glasses with a big nose and a mustache. This is gonna be really good. You call your masterpiece Nothing to See Here, and it's favorably reviewed in Rad Art magazine. You gain +2 creativity and +1 money. Nice. All right.
Sure.
Let's see what I can buy.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, I heard this article on how money causes pocket cancer in the long run. You don't want to get pocket cancer quick. Give me that dangerous money you have in still healthy pockets. Event. I could buy a corpse. Okay. Why is... Oh. It's weird. What about the PR? I can hire a PR person.
Later, Gator.
I'll hire the PR person. I think that helps.
Sure.
Where's Vera? Vera. You find Vera sitting in front of a pile of money instead of food as usual. Damien comes over and drops his own money pile on the table and also some organs.
Not bad.
Not bad, but I prefer to exert a little less effort for my income. A dejected swamp creature slumps over to the table and adds some money to Vera's pile. Income? You mean this stuff? This is what people throw at me to get them to stop punching them. And this is what people throw at me to keep them from revealing what kind of porn they're into. But I agree, the money is only secondary. The frowns on their faces are their own reward. Still, I'm always looking to improve efficiency. Have you tried developing business contracts in hell? Your victims will be even more terrified if they know that death won't save them. Yeah, but that doesn't work for the undead. For those, you need a priest. A priest? You know how my family feels about priests. Ugh, I'm sick of terrorizing people one at a time. There's gotta be a way to terrorize everybody in the cafeteria at once. Oh my, and make money at the same time. I'm sure there is. That is, after all, the essence of capitalism. Ooh, this one. Yep, come on.
Right.
Simple, elegant, raunchy. I like your style. But how are you gonna trick a whole room full of people into having an orgy? Don't tell me you don't know how to do that. Is this something you do all the time? Is this something you don't do all the time? I thought you were a prince of hell. Huh? Yeah, but I'm a prince of the Bernie part of hell, not the sexy part of hell. That explains it. Well, to answer your question, this is a room full of high schoolers. A slight breeze could instigate an orgy. All of the succubus sauce I snuck into the sloppy joes won't hurt either. It certainly does it. You, Vera, and Damien retreat to a safe distance to film the sexy carnage and avoid the fluids. Okay, weird. Evening.
Sure.
Let's go... library.
Show me that money.
Not what I meant. No, I meant to go somewhere. I didn't know. I meant to use the computers. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. You spend the day on some library PCs playing some good old online poker. Gambling seems like a stupid and dangerous decision, but who cares? This time it paid off, so fuck it. You gain +2 money. Later you see Vera cackling to herself in the hallway, which is whatever, but you might as well find out why. Just practicing my prom queen acceptance speech in my mind. It's not like the title bears any meaning whatsoever, of course, and I really do consider the whole thing way beneath me. But, however, considering how much meaning other girls put on it, I can't risk some uppity bitch thinking she's better than I am. Plus, it's not bad branding either. I could see using a victory to start a line of successful prom queen accessories guaranteed to get you the win. Perfect prom shoes, the right makeup, fancy knives to take out your opponents. Speaking of which, I assume this goes without saying, but I am not leaving anything to chance. I'm doing a blood ritual to ensure my win. I still haven't found the exact details yet, but I'm optimistic that at least some of the items will be found in the shop. The only question is where I could find the details for a proper blood ritual. Ooh, this is hard. Why don't we ask the Coven? They're witches. They should know all about blood magic or literally just search the internet. Coven? Ooh, of course. I knew those basic bitches would come in handy one day. Actually, I really didn't. I thought that they were pretty useless, but I'm never mad to be proven wrong when it serves me. Using those skills you gain during the extra credit, you call forth the Coven. What is it now? Is there some emergency? Is the world in need of saving? Of course not. The world is the worst. Why would I ever want to save it? No, I just want to be prom queen and I need some blood magic to guarantee my victory, and I figured you three could do something productive for once. Under no circumstances will we be revealing any magical secrets to a petty little brat for become prom queen. I genuinely cannot think of a more frivolous use of blood magic than this egotistical little side quest. Every time I think the students of this school could not be any more ludicrous. Yeah, when I need your opinion I'll ask for it. You're the one who called us here. Yeah, and a lot of help you've been. Now get out of my sight before I use my sight to turn you to stone. Vera turns to your sorry ass. Hi, that includes you, useless. I'll find the ingredients myself, thanks for nothing. Ooh. I thought it'd help! Okay, well, ow, that sucks. I thought it would help. I thought it would genuinely help.
Sure.
Alright, Vera. Vera's drinking her customary lunchtime scotch because you can drink whatever the hell you want at this school, but Scott's not making it any easier for her. Hey, Vera, what you drinking?
What?
Scotch, why? Because it smells like a delicious forest fire and I'm curious, what's it called? Scotch! Yes. No, that's not what it's called. What? Scotch! Yes. No! I'm not saying your name. I'm saying the name of the drink I'm drinking. It's Scotch! It's mine? No, it's mine! Then why is it called Scots? That's just what it's called! Oh, is it like an energy drink for Scots? I mean, it's like an energy drink for Scottish people. Hey, I'm a Scottish person. I'm as Scottish as it's possible to be. I'm the most Scot. No! Ah! What will it take to get you to drop this issue? Scott's not going to drop the issue unless you do something, so you cut in and say... Yeah, it's called Scott's, but today is opposite day, so everything that's Scott's is actually Vera's. Don't you mean today isn't opposite day? No. Aha! I'm not sorry, not Vera. I guess I'll be taking your drink. Wink. Wait, time out. If everything that's Scott's is Vera's, do I have to give all my stuff to Vera? Yes. Ah, okay. And does Vera have to give me all of her stuff? Sure. Unfortunately for you, I have no stuff. All my possessions are owned by cleverly disguised shell companies. Now hand over your wallet. Okay. Boy, opposite day sure is the best, isn't it? It sure is. After Scott leaves you alone, you and Vera definitely don't spend all his money on cocaine. Good stuff.
Sure.
Okay, let's go class. That day, you're the first one in class. You sometimes come early because you enjoy talking to the teacher. He's a bit of a biter, though, but in a cool way. He treats you like an adult, and the two of you discuss life in a very snarky way. Look at you, excelling at cliched movie tropes. You gain +2 smarts and +1 valuable life insight that will help you in the face of difficulties of being young. Jeez. Afterwards, you discover you've been poisoned, and only Vera has the antidote. She does this all the time. It's how she invites you to hang out. There you are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm embarking on a new criminal enterprise, and I need a consigliere. A consigliere. The idea is simple yet brilliant. Think Uber, but for killing people. I call it murder. But it turns out the market is flooded with assassination apps and blood. I need a way to get ahead of the pack. Since you're such a good advisor... let's see. Differentiate yourselves by being the only service that offers free range... Nah, that doesn't seem like her. Viral marketing, literally. Tailor a highly... That seems good. Yes! You can do that? Great. You can use my private chemical weapons laboratory. And so, this is working better than I could ever imagine. Demand for murder has gone through the roof since you released that virus. Sure, the side effects include vomiting, bloody tears, male lactation, cobra feet, time dilation, rigor mortis, rectal teeth, renegade spleen, microaggressions, sudden tattoos, hair trauma, liquefaction, and coughing. But it's well worth it for the profits I'm raking in. Plus, I'm making a literal killing selling people the antidote for these side effects. It's not actually an antidote though, it's just heroin, same difference. Did you know they used to give heroin to babies as a cough suppressant? Yeah, the world used to be, is exactly as amoral as this video game. But whatever, you get +2 creativity and +1 money. Let's go!
Sure.
Alright, okay, let's go. Let's go outdoors. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. At one point, Juan, the magical Latino cat, slips on a banana peel. You start to laugh at him. He asks you to stop, but you don't. You laugh so hard that you somehow steal +2 fun from him. Hooray! In the course of your activities, you come across Vera and Polly hatching another scheme. You sneak a little closer so you can eavesdrop.
Hi.
Listen, this has been a fruitful partnership so far, but in terms of making people look like imbeciles, but I think it's time we monetize. Sick burns don't buy fresh outfits. Yeah, fine, whatever. I guess I could use some new thongs or whatever, but like, I don't want to stop making people look dumb just so we can make money. I don't want to be a sellout. Personally, I can't wait to sell out, but you have a point. We can't sacrifice our brand. The question, of course, is how do we do both? Yeah, how do we get rich off yanking people's chains? Ugh, careful with your choice of words, Polly. What? Chains are a big thing for Ghost. Of course. They don't seem to have any immediate ideas. Maybe you can offer a solution. Why don't you make up a phony workout craze? I worked for Frank Pilates, the inventor of Pilates. Or, oh man, do I have a great idea for you? It's called stealing. I don't know. Which one is a more Vera answer? Maybe stealing or workout craze? Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch tiger by the toe. If we always let him go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're doing stealing. Damn it! Never heard of it. Who are you even talking to? Who are you working for? I'll let you know I have all my activities perfectly legal. Yeah, mine too. Are you a cop? You have to tell me if you're a cop. Just Vera, I don't think they're buying it. Roger that, Polly. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, they're gone. And so is your wallet. You lose 1 fun and 2 money. Damn it! I thought that would work.
Sure.
Okay, you arrive at the chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins at Vera. Do you know what this one's for, Vera? No. I'll take that as a yes. The rose-shaped napkin fold is for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 22. Miranda's hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into a gorgeous white swan. By contrast, the swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways. As a fashion enthusiast, I've never been so bored by a piece of fabric. Oh, and this black swan folding is for guests where you plan to brutally murder all the wedding guests. Not very popular, the black swan folding. Okay, that's sorta cool, but I'm still aggressively uninterested. You happen to have some napkin folding skills yourself. Maybe you can spice up this interaction. You decide to show off your impressive napkin fold. The writhing snake fold is for when it's time to leave Vera alone and stop explaining napkin folds. Well, that's a quite specific fold. Under what circumstances would one use... Oh, I see. Damn right, you see. And notice how my whole head's covered in writhing snakes? So basically, just assume that don't talk to Vera about napkins time is all the time. It's a year-round festival. People the world over celebrate it by not folding napkins at me. Well, it's not a very elaborate napkin fold, is it? You explain that the fold lacks complexity. It makes up for the 12 ounces of cobra venom it can spit at will. Right, well... I see we can subscribe to 2 different schools of napkinry. I'll leave you to it then. Your reward for running Miranda off is a one-on-one lunch with Vera. You never felt so alive. Good stuff. Good stuff, indeed. Week 5.
Sure.
Let's go gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. The match is so intense and both teams are so into it that you decide to raise the stakes by betting part of your charm against part of the other leader's charm. The commitment amazes the whole team, and their whole spirit is fueled by determination. Is fueled by determination. Finally, you win, and you take +2 charm from the other team's leader. She's now a bit less fabulous. Between class periods, you discover a severed horse head in your locker. It has a note in its mouth telling you to meet Vera ASAP. I'm glad you've come. I have another crime problem which would benefit from your insight. Thanks to your input, murder has cornered the market in app-based assassinations, and yet, the other crime lords don't take me seriously. Just because I'm not a 40-year-old man with a scary scar that those sexist morons think is just a phase for me. Since when did having a killer body and flawless skin disqualify a girl from a life of crime? It's disgusting. How can I show these chauvinist goons what crime really means to me? Come on, think of something. You're my most trusted advisor. No. Quit crime, they'll come calling back to you with how bad it is. Yeah, that one. Oh, come on! That was a good answer! Fine, you know what? If this advice was coming from anyone other than you, I'd ignore it, but you haven't been wrong yet. Fine as a day, I'm quitting crime. I'll let the other bosses know. I'm sure they'll be so pleased. A few days later, you get a manicure. You're getting a manicure with Vera, while she gets a mobile notification and practically screams. Those punks! Gino the Ice Pick and Hungry Mark invited all the other crime lords to a barbecue. They posted pictures on Momentgram. They're having so much fun selling heroin and murdering each other without me. Ugh, I wish I was there. I could murder all of them so much better than they're murdering each other. And now you see how Joey the arsonist is cooking the burgers. They're not even close to rare. They're so lost without me. I don't even know it. I never should have listened to you. Some advisor you are. Oh, come on, I tried. Oh, no. Oh, come on, man.
Sure.
Ah, shit. Let's go library. You spend some time on the PCs. Solving algorithms and cryptocurrency, but you guess that nobody actually knows any fucking idea how it works. You get $2. You see a truly rare sight. Vera and Damien are sitting behind a PC speechless. Wait, did we just rig an election in the Midwest? I was just trying to change the president's wallpaper to a dick pic. We need to cover our tracks, like right now. Well, don't just stand there, you innocent bystander. Help us. Yes, of course I'm talking to you. Damien can't help. Breaking shit is useless right now. No, I'm gonna go with blame like the Vanderbilts. Yes, everyone will buy it. They practically ruined their brand already, you know, with the purges. But Vera, isn't that kind of fucked up to frame our friend for a crime we committed? Are you having second thoughts, Damien? You want Hell to be seen as backing a political candidate in this election? Fuck no, Hell is all about strong independent evil. We're going to drain the swamp and replace it with a lake of fire. Okay, enough politics. You gain +2 boldness and +1 smarts. I'll take it. Good stuff. Alright.
Sure.
Alright. Vera. You find Damien and Vera contemplating a huge slab of unidentifiable prime meat. Alright, Damien, I know we have our share of disagreements during this convoluted poaching expedition, like when you told me not to bring all my knives, but I trust we can put aside our differences behind us and enjoy the fruits of our labors. You mean the meats of our labors? Yes. Together we will enjoy the raw, bloody cut of meat as a symbol of our... Wait, raw and bloody? You mean you're not even gonna try using fire on it? Of course I used fire. I specifically instructed the chefs to prepare this meat while glancing briefly at a lit stove. Did the fire ever, touch the meat? What would be the point of that? A cut this fine can only be eaten ultra rare. Like hell it can. You wait here while I get my culinary flamethrower. Damien, please, let's be reasonable about this. What is reasonable? If we can't come to an agreement, let's appeal to a third party. Frank will surely make the intelligent choice for us, isn't that right? Okay, my word, the steak is too cooked already. Rub some ice on it and douse it in blood quick. The only way to enjoy the steak is after its charred remains have been retrieved from a burnt... No, this one. Quite right. Someone turn off the heat. Get a frost wizard in here. Fetch me more blood from the blood bank. What the fuck? I'm not gonna eat a big chunk of raw meat. How am I supposed to ensure maximum suffering without fire? Oh darn, I guess I'm gonna have to enjoy this whole juicy steak by myself. Whatever, I'm gonna go burn down a burger joint and eat whatever survives the fire. Good for you, Damien. Live your best life. Vera slips you a thick stack of cash under the table. Unfortunately, she pays you in Vera bucks. More fortunately, your stack of Vera bucks is redeemable for 4.5 minutes of intimate eye contact. Juicy. 4.5 minutes. Okay. Alright, week 6.
Sure.
Hopefully everything goes okay. Alright, let's go... Bathroom. That day you skip class and hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. You give 0 shits and +2 boldness. Nice. You turn around to find Vera staring at you. This often happens, but for some reason it's not a death stare this time. She actually looks kind of happy to see you. Weird. You decide to do what you do best. Push your luck. Finally, if you'd taken any longer to come over here, I would have had to have my minions drag you here. Listen, my date for tonight was unexpectedly eaten by vultures. Totally not your fault. Anyway, I needed to fill the slot somehow, and I thought maybe you could recommend one of your more... Wow! Okay, never mind. Ha, just kidding, darling. You're not half bad. But seriously, meet me at the Thousand Arms at 9:15 p.m. or the vultures will eat you twice today. Did Vera just ask you on a date? She did! This is like Christmas in whatever damn month it is right now. But if you don't want this to be more than just a one-time thing, you'd better come up with an incredible dinner gift to win her over. Huh. Ooh, this is hard. The mirror is about. I'm actually gonna go with the head of her greatest enemy. I think that's a better option. Because this thing, if she looks in the mirror, she'll just turn herself to stone. Yes! Let's go! You get your trusty decapitation axe out of storage and lop off the head of Zalgar Babcock, shape-shifting reptile human rights attorney. Luckily, reptoids don't bleed much. You're able to deliver the head in a delicious, delicate satin pouch on a silver tray. At dinner that night, Vera excitedly unties the drawstring and opens the bag. Oh, you shouldn't have, because murder is a crime, but I'm glad you did it anyways. Zalgar has been a pain ever since he discovered that I don't pay my child laborers or some nonsense like that. How's a girl supposed to make a living when she's expected to pay under every child that she works for her? Vera later informs you that her actual greatest enemy is time itself, because you can't decapitate time, and anyway, it's the thought that counts. You gain +2 charm and +1 boldness. Alright. It's coming! Alright. Vera. Yes! Okay.
Sure.
Let's do it. You finally pick up the courage to ask your beloved to go to prom with you. You asked me to go to prom with you? What a short... No. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, come on, man. I thought I did everything right. Ugh. Man, 2 in a row. Jesus. Those 6 weeks were the maybe most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. You know what? Like it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Vera built the Oberlin Empire in an endless greatness. They own a shameless number of companies. It's known that they're also into lots of sketchy businesses. But no one does anything about it. I mean, who the hell want to try to stop Vera Oberlin? Polly graduated from doing lots of ayahuasca, and now she appears to be hallucinating and acts as their spirit animal. Liam started an iconoclast brand that broke all conventions. Their latest album has been a hit. It has no songs at all. The album is just a banana set on fire. And be sure, Liam didn't care if you get it. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in the war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Dang, I thought I got it. Oh well. Dang. Well, good stuff. What time is it? It's about 1:40. Debating. I could do... I mean, maybe I could do a quick game? I can do a quick game. I'll do a quick game just to get, what is it? The band is called Player Character. I'll do, what is it? I'll do a quick game. Just because it hasn't been 2 hours yet. You unlocked 7 new images in the gallery. Yeah, that was me, sadly. Oh, still sad about that one. Fan art. Oh, there's fan art? Interesting. Forbes. 30 under 3,000. Alright. Alright, fine. We'll do a quick game. Play. Short game. Spooky High School. The sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we've already read this one. Let's go ahead and do Frank. Come on, Frank's gonna get 1 date today.
Yeah.
Come on, Frank. And yet you had experienced the ultimate challenge. Okay. Alright, all the characters. Monster Prom, stupidest. Alright, if you had sex with an animal, which animal would it be? Oh, whoops, sorry. A purebred horse. At least I can keep his... Oh, I don't like that one at all. You know, I don't like... I'm gonna go with this one. No one can make me fuck an animal. If I fucked an animal, it'd be my own free will. Okay, that's funny. Going with that one. You've been elected president for a day. What's the first law you passed? You can deduct taxes by writing sonnets instead. Amount of taxes deducted are calculated based on the number of beauty of sonnets. $1 bill will now include a picture of me, and the description says, "Beware, too much awesomeness. My presidency will last a day. My fame will last forever." Trivia fact: presidents didn't pass laws, so this is a trick question. Or are you just being an idiot? I kind of want to do. You can deduct taxes. I like that one. That's funny. Alright, what would be a killer accessory? Sunglasses at night, a necklace with your own name on it in case you forget, fancy brass knuckles, a fabulous purse made from the skin of your worst enemy, shiny armor, or coolness itself. Coolness itself. I got Liam again! Alright.
Sure.
Alright, let's go. Let's go class. Listen to your elders. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school, plus 2 smarts. You notice Damien and Liam arguing intensely as they are stupidly. You're not unique. I'm fucking unique. Ha, you wish. I'm unique like a snowflake made of flash-frozen tears. Well, I'm unique as a snowflake made out of flash-frozen fuck you. I'm so unique I eat garlic with every meal. Big deal. I'm so unique I got a tattoo of the baby. Oh, okay. Yawn. I'm so unique I let my victims suck my blood. Weak. I'm so unique I go to church every Sunday. Hey, I'd do that too if I wasn't allergic. Would not. Would too. Bite me, Alu turd. Don't tempt me, Mephistopheles loser. This could go on forever, and it does. And if it does, you'll never get to smooch either of them. It's up to you to put an end to this debate once and for all. You suggest they decide this issue by... I'm gonna go with tomb robbery. Yes, I knew it. Tomb robbery. That's extremely problematic. You expect me to defile the remains of my undead brethren just to win a contest? Sounds rad to me. I'd rob all the tombs all the time, like for groceries and shit. That's where I got my pet talking skull. That thing hates me. Well, I won't do it. I have principles. Looks like I win by default then, Bat Boy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta go fuck up some ancient graves for laughs. Oh, I did the wrong one. Oof. Yeah. I did the wrong one. Okay. Not off to a good start.
Sure.
As you approach your chosen table, you see Liam carefully framing his artfully arranged jelly dessert from a transcendent food pick when... Food pick! Ride those picks to victory. What? What does that even mean? When I say food, you say pick. Food. No. Food. Stop. 2, 4, picks, 8. Food do we appreciate? Food picks, go! Cease this incessant chanting this instant. What? I'm trying to help you take the best food pick. You've been trying to take this food pick for 20 minutes now. You gotta snap up picks so you can eat your tasty food. I don't eat, Scott. I only order this food so I can take pictures of it, and you're not helping.
Oh, bro.
I know. My cheerleading isn't good enough. What I need is a cheer partner to take me to the next level. No, what you need is a swift kick in the... But it's too late. Scott's already chosen his cheer partner. Now it's time for you to decide what the two of you will do. Let's see. We gotta pick up Liam and toss him in the air. No, Liam's food picks are art, so we gotta use art to cheer him on. The quiet art of mime. You lead Scott into a totally artistic, totally silent mime cheer that involves a visible rope, an invisible dog sled, and an invisible hot dog buffet. Eventually, you leave Scott trapped in a tiny box and move Liam to another table. Thanks for saving me from that. True food photography, or as I call it, le photographie des aliments, cannot be rushed. Are you sure he's okay in that box? You're pretty sure he's fine. You let him out at the end of lunch and he licks your face. But most importantly, Liam tags you in his triumphant food pick. Is this for real? Ooh, I gotta... Okay.
Sure.
Okay, let's go... Library. That day you spent some time in the library's PC sending malicious spam emails in the hopes of stealing other people's money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such a blatant scam? I lose -10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares, and get +2 money. You're bored and doodling in your notebook when Damien suddenly appears. What the fuck is this doodle? Is that me? Am I cuddling shirtless with Liam? What? Dude, if you were looking for a shortcut to the morgue, this is your lucky day. Give me one good reason not to cuddle your face in my fists. Oh no, they discovered your erotic fan art of them. You can't think of any way to calm them both down, but maybe the right answer can calm one of them down. Don't be silly. You don't want to fight me. You're clearly fighting against your urge for cuddling. The fuckery, dear Damien, is art. Calm down, Damien. You're such a bigot. I've heard about this yaoi. It's a millenary form of art from the East. It's a delightful celebration of love and desire. What? And I must admit, this piece is full of raw talent. Look at these strokes, these expressions, the suggestive placement of the hand. It conveys so much with so little. Dude, are you high? Look at this other one. You're fucking pregnant. This is insanity. It's not insanity, but neither is this one. This one exactly yaoi. It's Mpreg? Behold, what a way of standing up against the gender status quo. They're changing the world one pregnant doodle at a time. No, this is your way to convince me that this shit isn't weird or wrong or problematic. I'm out of this plotline. Ignore him, Frank. I've been searching for the pinnacle of art for generations. Little did I know it was here all along in the ancient form of yaoi. Will you accept me as your student? May I call you sensei? I think this is a good thing. You get +2 creativity and +1 smarts. Let's go!
Sure.
Let's go... No, not library. Let's go...
What's up?
Let's go ahead and buy something.
No refunds.
Yep, thought he'd like that. I think that'll be good for Damien. Or not Damien, what's his name?
Sure.
This will be good to help with, what's his name? Liam. You notice Liam looking disgruntled, which is his default, so whatever. But it seems like Miranda's pretty upset too. Better check this out. Liam, what are you typing on your phone so angrily? Did your phone offend you in some way? What are you mad at? Why are you mad at it? You seem to be an 8.5 on the Frowny Liam scale. The what? The Frowny Liam scale. Normally I can tell how people are feeling from their faces, but you seem to be frowning most of the time, so I created a chart to measure your frowniness. Miranda pulls out a notepad and displays a series of doodles of Liam's frowniness. They're not super accurate, but they are super adorable. I'm not angry at my phone. My so-called frowniness is caused by a heinous error. I specifically asked that my creative creme brulee be extra crispy, so it's truly topped with my #massacre momentgram filter. Instead, they burnt it to a crisp, rendering it unphotographable. Monsters deserve to know what they're getting into if they choose to eat at the cafeteria, so they can choose to take their business to a different establishment, and so I'm writing a scathing Yelp review. Liam, you can't do that. If they shut the cafeteria down, the school kitchen staff will lose their jobs. Did you know that peasants have to do labor to make a living wages? They don't simply have an unlimited store of gold. I was shocked when I first found this out. Of course you were. If the kitchen staff wanted to earn their wages, they should be much better. They should have been much better at their jobs. I am simply the merchant of truth. Oh, you're the merchant of poop. Your royal sophistication shines through. Look, ask Frank. His taste may tend toward the mainstream, but surely he can see the subpar cafeteria must be exposed. Don't be ridiculous. Frank is surely more compassionate than that and will gladly help me save the cafeteria. Again? Gosh, it's hard to keep track of your misadventures at this shit show of a school. Still, you help if you can. Miranda can't undermine Liam's admittedly talented criticism alone. This will take an army of homeless people we pay to write positive Yelp reviews until we can eclipse Liam. Liam, one lone note simply cannot shut down this cafeteria, at least not the voice of a high schooler. Let's get a renowned food critic to write a Pulitzer-worthy expose to be published in this. Okay, let's do that one. Excellent idea. I am incredible, intelligent, compassionate person with tons of humility. More than enough to admit when a professional's help may be of use to me. You think you have the most humility? You'll never be as humble as I am. Every day my servants tell me I am the humblest person alive. Miranda storms off in a huff, leaving you and Liam to proceed with your amazing, incredible genius plan. You're super humble too. You use your magnificent calligraphy skills you picked up in the elective class, Calligraphy and Murder, to write 5 letters chock full of #aesthetic. Liam produces a delicate white dove from his backpack. How is it breathing in there? And gives it the newly addressed letters. You're not sure of what's more intriguing, the fact that Liam trusts that the dove will be able to read the addresses and deliver the letters, or the fact that the addresses he wrote down were just their emails. Regardless, it seems to have worked because within a minute of the dub's release, you hear your first reply on your phones. I knew the exquisite Jacques Aznavour would have enthusiasm for our plight. Thus, his immediate response. Dear Liam, I received your message. Though the calligraphy is quite impressive, I'm afraid I must give you the same answer I gave you when you asked me to write a review on the cuisine cooked by your friend's grandmother last Thanksgiving. I don't know how you got a dove to find out where I live based on my email address, but stop contacting me. Most lovingly yours, great and humblest food critic Jacques Aznavour. Oh, Frank, nobody understands the severity of the creme brulee transgression. Thanks goodness we have each other. Heck yeah, you do. For prom, hopefully, at the very least, maybe he'll be able to borrow that dove sometime to send anthrax to you. Okay, I guess that's a thing in this game. Week 2, evening.
Sure.
Let's go ahead and go to we go auditorium. That day while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muse gave you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school play standards. You gain plus 2 creativity. Someone taps on your shoulder hesitantly. You turn around to see Liam. He's carrying a brand new notebook and a very Japanese pencil case. Oh shit, that's right. You promised to teach him the secrets of yaoi. He bows to you. Okay. I'm learning Japanese so as to make this more authentic. I'm ready for my first lesson. You know nothing about teaching yaoi. You just kind of draw naked dudes snuggling and hope it turns people on. But Liam won't buy that. He thinks you're a yaoi master. You gotta teach him something. He's right here waiting. Okay, think. What's the first lesson of yaoi? Yaoi is all about tenderness. For our first lesson, we will practice advanced cuddling. Draw me like one of your French girls. I guess the first one? Hey, you keep breathing really loud in my ear. Could you stop? You're kind of crushing my arm. Would you mind shifting a little to the left? It feels like you're kneeing me repeatedly at the base of my spine. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You're teaching me how not to cuddle. It's brilliantly counteract. Okay. Oof. Yeah, that was bad. Ooh, which is a shame. I was sort of looking forward to the teach. Oh, oof. Oh, yeah. I'm not. Oof. I'm probably gonna lose. He's probably not gonna agree to go to prom.
Sure.
Hey,
Oh.
stranger.
Okay. Not what I wanted, but sure.
Later, Gator.
I guess the gift that keeps on giving? Oh. I got money, but I lost a bunch of fun and charm. Oh no, all my stats took a hit! Ah!
Sure.
You take your seat, arguably to the coolest monsters in all Spooky High. Hopefully you can keep up with them. Vera, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in the mainstream meat production industry? Yes, and it's delicious. Besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose, but it's always ethically sourced organic for and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. Listen, Liam, I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet all of them first and ensure I'm devouring only the ones that I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Well, then surely you can inflict such pain without going through the cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyways? You may have a point there, and if I get my hand in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain, and I bet there's a way to make money off this too. Hang on, somehow I've ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative ways to move society forward, or do you want to oppose cruelty like every other weak mainstream loser? You can actually hear Liam's brain shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as ethical and his desire to be perceived as creative. Okay, let's see. The animals you kill may lose their lives, but what about their afterlives? Instead of letting their spirits go to waste as a byproduct of the meat industry, let's serve their eternal souls as a side dish. Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, the best we could do is teach them the concept of death so they can really fear their fate. That's a good one. Well, I can't condone animal cruelty, but I wholeheartedly support animal education. I do like animals, but their illiteracy is my 4th least favorite thing about them. Right between their poor taste in fashion and simplistic views on German cinema. It's not the worst idea you've ever had. Although, face it, Frank, you are having you are known for having terrible ideas 50% of the time. I don't really see it building an empire out of private schools for cattle, but with my business acumen, I guess it's possible. And I can rest secure in the knowledge that I'm solving the bovine education crisis. Helping Liam help cows is like helping you help Liam choose you to go to prom with, or something.
Sure.
I'll go here. All right. Have the rave escalate to 300 people. Someone summons demons. I get +2 fun. Liam walks nonchalantly. It's ridiculous how little he cares. After considerable thought, I've come to the conclusion that you are not a complete poser. And seeing as how I should have a partner for tragically hip late-night excursions, consider yourself invited. Tonight, 3 a.m. I'll make sure you have no trouble coming up with an appropriately underground destination. I mean, it's not like I don't know any cool places to go to or anything. I just want to give you an opportunity to prove yourself. Liam vanishes in a cloud of mist and angst. You've got 12 hours to choose the trendiest spot no one's ever heard of. The hottest, most underground nightclub of all time, the Earth's core. Monstropolis' most exclusive new nightclub. I feel like this would be funny. Damn it! That night you pick Liam in your giant drill. But there is not a club, it's just the center of the earth, a molten ball of iron and death. Ah, my skin! Why'd you think there was a club here? Why would anyone think there was a club at literally the most inhospitable place on the earth? You have no idea why you thought about it, but you know you're gonna need skin grafts after this. Oof. I'm guessing it's a no. I'm guessing it's a no.
Sure.
You finally pick up the courage to ask your beloved to go to Monster Prom with you? You and me? Psh, oh. Man. Oof. Damn. Actually sad. Okay, well that was a failure. But that was Monster Prom. Yeah, just gonna go through this. Alright. But that was Monster Prom. It's oh, hold on. Back. Quit. But yeah, that was Monster Prom. It's a fun little silly game. It's got really good writing. Oh, hold on a minute. It's got really good writing. Maybe check it out if you want to. It's really fun. I like it a lot. Sorry, just do it. That was Monster Prom. It's fun. Okay, yeah, I guess it's fine. So maybe give it a shot if you want to. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I guess it's fine. No, let's close that. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Julius. Again, stay safe out there. Wear a mask. Wear your mask if possible. SJSU students, we have a mask mandate change starting on Monday. Masks are no longer required. They are strongly recommended. So that's something to keep an eye out for. But yeah, stay safe. I would probably say wear your mask if possible, but that's just me. I'd like to keep everyone safe. I'd like to keep, no COVID, please. But yeah, so that was Monster Prom. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. We're going to be streaming every week on Sunday, 2 to 4, so come check us out then. But I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.